If you're a person that you act like you are above someone because you're helping them, you are a terrible excuse of a human being. You are a terrible excuse of a human being. That's all. Don't think that you're above someone because you are helping someone. That's not a good look on you. That is some toxic behavior. You think you can treat anyone however you want to treat them because you are helping that person? You think they're below you? At that point, take whatever you're giving them and go shove it up your... That's why people that is treating you like trash because they are helping you, it shows you who they really are. That's why you have to keep your close ones and to check. Keep anyone outside your circle into check, but keep the ones that is in your circle more into check. Because the ones that are closer into your circle, they would betray you the absolute worst. Remember that. Remember that when you are talking to your close ones, whether it's family, parents, it don't matter. Keep your loved ones closer. When we all are not perfect, that's why we were to ask someone else. We all aren't perfect. None of us as human beings are perfect. That is exactly why you should just keep yourself in check. Stop having so much pride and put yourself in check. Because if everyone is telling you that you are a problem, why not just keep yourself in check? Put your pride and ego aside and put yourself in check. Because if you don't do that, you're basically digging your own grave, because you have everyone around you that is telling you you are an issue. You're causing this much issue and you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're running away from the photo, but you're not seeing the photo. That's you when it comes to accountability. You're running away from accountability because you would never want to admit when you're wrong. Put yourself in check. Since none of us as human beings are perfect, why not put yourself in check so that you can better yourself? What's wrong with bettering yourself? What's wrong with that? Damn, some people are really mentally effed up. I don't even want to say that, but that's just the case with a lot of people walking on this world. Like, if I have people telling me that I am this, I am the problem of something, I'm gonna try my best to fix that. As an adult now, I'm going to try my best to fix whatever issues I got going on that I caused. You know, why try to run away from accountability? You're ruining your own life if you're trying to run away from accountability. It's sad that you would have one person that does the same, especially the same people that don't really have that much of a push, which is also an issue. The people that just sit there and watch you fail and don't give you any warnings or signs or anything, they don't care about you. They want you to fail. They do not give a F-U-C-K about you. They want you to fail. They like the fact that you're failing. They're benefiting from the fact that you're failing because they don't want you doing better or better than them. But the people that will encourage you, warn you, give you signs, lay out everything on the table for you, teach you everything one by one, step by step, they truly want you to grow. They don't want to drop you or keep you down. They want you to grow. They want you to grow. And if you end up doing better than them, they will still encourage you in the best way they can. So why not just accept that? And people like that, don't take them like that for granted, of course. Because a lot of people let people like that away. They let them get away, take them for granted, take advantage of their kindness. That's what leads to some people not caring about bettering you. Learn to take accountability. You will feel much better in the end. We are living in a world where we don't know who to trust anymore, even if it's family. We don't know who to exactly trust because everybody betrays everybody. Anybody could betray anybody. Even you would betray someone without even realizing it. So that's why us as humans, we are bound to F up. That's why we need to take accountability and fix our mistakes. And we need someone to remind us to change ourselves. You don't want to go by your whole life not realizing the things that you messed up on and you didn't even fix it because you didn't even know that you messed up on that. You didn't even try to be aware of it despite people warning you. Because a person that are effing up themselves and everybody else around them, even the ones that depends on them, especially the ones that depends on them, and they're not aware of it, that's like one of the worst things to ever happen. Because what can you say to that person that would make them wake up and listen? What can you do? Because the thing is, you don't want to waste your blood, sweat, and tears trying to change someone that don't want change. Because you're digging your own grave. You're setting up your own graveyard by trying to change someone that doesn't want change. No matter what you do for them, say to them, you hold them accountable, you let them know that what they're doing is wrong, and they don't want to change. What can you do about that? You've done what you're supposed to. Because just focus on you and your relationship with God, the Lord Jesus Christ. Focus on your relationship with Jesus Christ. That's what you can do. Because even God doesn't want you to waste your life trying to change someone that doesn't want change. You've done what you're supposed to. Because I'm pretty sure the Bible does say something about separating yourself from people that is committing horrible acts of sin, that you trying to get them out of it, but they don't want to. No matter what you do, they're still not listening to you. The only thing you can do is pray for them and separate yourself, because you don't want to ruin your life trying to change someone that doesn't want change. Because 30 years can pass and you literally just wasted 30 years of your life trying to change someone that doesn't want change. You're going to hate that person even more, and you probably might hate yourself more. Think about that. People need to think about that more. If somebody doesn't want to change, stop trying to do what you cannot do that is beyond your control. Let God handle that person. You've done what you're supposed to, because us as human beings, we have our limits. These spider webs. We all have our limits. No matter how emotionally or physically or spiritually strong we are, we all have limits. We're not unlimited. Let me not say spiritual in this sense, because your spirits don't die. So our physical bodies have limits, not our spirits, because our spirits last forever. So you need to think about that. Stop trying to change someone that doesn't want change. You'll feel much better in the end. Do you have any stories that you tried to change someone that doesn't want to change? If so, let me know down below in the comments. That's only if you want to tell me your story. That's only if you want to. I'm not forcing you. Don't feel like you're forcing. You don't have to. But because clearly having people like that in your life is not fun. These spider webs are annoying. So I have spider webs on my forehead. But yeah, having people like that in your life isn't fun, because not only they can ruin themselves, they can ruin you and everybody else around them. And they're not even aware of it. Whether they're aware of it or not, intentionally or not, it's still wrong. Especially if they are aware of it, but don't care to do anything about it. You don't even know what you're going to do. You don't know what to say. It's just, it's emotionally draining. It's emotionally draining and physically draining too. It's toxic. Because Jesus Christ, what can you do to change someone that doesn't want to change? They are effing themselves up and everyone else around them up. They don't want accountability. They don't want to hold any of themselves accountable for their actions. It can be emotionally draining, even physically and spiritually draining. I don't like the idea where some people want to make you feel guilty for going no contact with toxic and negative people in your life. If you went no contact with someone because they're too toxic, they're too negative in your life, all they do is spread negativity in your life. They don't spread any positivity. They don't give you any positivity. All they give you is negative, negative, negative. And you go no contact with that person, you cut contact with that person altogether, completely, don't feel guilty, because you do what you have to do. You don't owe anyone an explanation. If somebody's saying, oh, how can you go no contact with your family? How can you do blah, blah, blah? You don't owe anyone an explanation. You did what you have to do. Guys, nobody has time for toxic and negative people. Unless if you want to throw your own life away, then so be it. You can try to change them. I'm not taking away from that. If you have a loved one in your life that they're so negative. You want them to see the light of the situations. You want them to know that there's more to life than whatever useless stuff that they're worried about, whatever brain rot stuff that they're worried about. You can warn them. You can lay out everything on the table for them to know. Information that can benefit them in the future. Go ahead and do that. It's only up to them to take it, because especially if they're grown adults, they are responsible for their own actions. You are not responsible for their actions. They are responsible for their own actions. Just like you are responsible for your actions in your life as an adult. But if you are a child, then you're going to need supervision from your parents or any good influences around you. I said good. Stay away from bad influences, only good influences. As an adult, if you're an adult watching this, do you really want to throw away your life for someone that doesn't care to change their actions? Someone that doesn't care to admit when they're wrong? Do you want to do that? I'm asking you. Answer the question. Do you really want to do that? If you have goals that you want to accomplish in your life, tell me in the comment section down below that I want to achieve goals in life, so that I know that you don't want to throw away your life for people that doesn't want to change their own lives. Because if they're affecting other people's lives because of the actions they make, then you can warn them in the best way you can. Because it's insane that people would throw away their own lives and bring other people down with them just for the sake of it. It's disgusting. Because if you do that, you're going to regret it. Especially if you're a parent and you do that to your own children, you're going to regret that. And if you don't have any shame on that, shame on you. It's disgusting where people are toxic and they're not, whether they're aware of it or not. It's wrong. It's going no contact with toxic people. That doesn't make you a bad person. If you have someone in your life that is trying to make you feel like SHIT and trying to make you feel guilty because you went no contact with a toxic person in your life, go no contact with them as well. Cut contact with them, because people that does that are also toxic and they're defending toxic, because toxic people would always defend other toxic people. It's sad. Misery loves company. Misery loves to bring others down. Well, I'm talking about misery that brings other people down, loves to bring other people down. Of course, I know there's a lot of people that are miserable, but they're miserable in silence. It's where they don't take their misery out on other people. They just take it out on themselves. But if you do that, God bless. God bless you. I hope you get better. Don't take it out on yourself. If you take your misery out on other people or even yourself, it's not good either way. Because when I'm miserable, I never take my misery out on anybody. I never actually done that, never. So I'm not gonna lie, as a kid, when I was a child, when I was miserable, I would take my misery out on everybody else. But as an adult, I don't do that. No, I do not do that. I would just take it out of myself, but I'm learning to not do that. And if you're an adult as well, you should learn not to do that. Just learn to calm down. Especially as an adult, don't take your anger out on yourself. You don't want to do that. You do not want to take your anger out on anybody else either. Whether you take it out on yourself or anyone else, no. But I would rather take my anger out on myself than take my anger out on other people. I'm just saying, if you are truly a good person, you would agree with this. Because real good people don't take their anger out on other people. I'm just saying. If you disagree with this, then get off this video. Because clearly, you're not a good person. But if you were to say good people, then what is good? What is a good person to you? Because a good person can have many variety of definitions. People can have their own definitions of what a good person is. So tell me, what is your definition of what's a good person? I don't want to come off as biased here, so I like to understand other people's point of views, because to each their own, right? So you can tell me, what is your definition of what a good person is? So anyway, like I was speaking about far before, Don't let anybody make you feel like SHIT because you went no contact with a person that is toxic in your life. It doesn't matter whether it can be your parents, your ex-spouse, your ex-partner, your siblings, your cousins, your aunt, uncles. It doesn't matter who. Don't let them make you feel that way, because they do. Go no contact with them as well, because they're also toxic. I just said that before. I know I said that before, but it's better to repeat it so that you understand the message. Do not make anybody make you feel that way, because if they do, they are normalizing the abuse, the toxicity that you faced, that you endure, that you felt like you have to endure it, because if it's your family, of course, people is going to let you endure it, because the same people that would say, that's your mom, that's your dad, that's your mother, that's your father, that's your brother, that's your sister. How can you act like that? How can you go no contact with them? That same people that says that you only have one mother, one father. That is true. You can only have one mother and one father, yes. But you can have multiple moms and multiple dads. Just strengthen your relationship with Jesus Christ, because you'll feel at peace. God bless all of you that is watching this video, because we are living in a world of toxic, evil, selfishness, greed, etc. Sure, there's a lot of good in this world. I'm not taking away from that, but just take precautions. Take precautions in who you speak to, because we're living in a world where you have to be skeptical. You can't trust anyone. You can't trust anyone. You can't just go and be gullible and naive and trust everybody you see because they are nice. You gotta be careful in who you speak to. Even now, since you're watching my video, you may not trust me because you're seeing me for the first time. It's fine. It's fine. Since you're looking at me, you think that I might be a horrible person behind the camera. You believe that I might be a terrible person behind the camera, that I'm just painting a picture on you right now on camera. But this is not how I really act like off camera. If you think that about me, that's fine. I don't blame you for it, because you don't know me personally and I don't know you personally. You may not know how I act like behind the camera, and I don't know how you act like behind the camera. It's just like that. No one truly knows how anybody acts like behind the camera on social, when they see that person on social media that they do not know. They wouldn't know how they act like behind the camera. It can even be your own family that you haven't seen in a long time. You saw them on social media for the first time in a long time, in years. You don't even know how they act like off camera. You're not going to know. That's just the reality we are living in right now. That's just the world we are living in. It's sad, really. It's really sad. Some people may hear me right now and they think I don't sound very sincere. I sound very forced on the way I speak, but that's fine, because I'm not going to convince anybody that doesn't believe me. If I know my true worth, I don't have to explain myself to anybody, and you shouldn't either. Remember that and make sure to apply that in your day-to-day life. Have a good day.